Have you ever had a bird fly into your house? It's an eerie experience, isn't it? Some people would chalk it up to coincidence, but for others, this seemingly innocent event is a chilling omen. Across cultures, there's a widespread superstition that a bird flying into your home brings bad luck or even death. But where does this belief come from? Is it just folklore, or does it have any grounding in reality? Let's dive into the fascinating world of this mysterious superstition. Let's start with the roots of this superstition. The idea that birds are messengers of the spirit world dates back centuries. In many cultures, birds were believed to be connected to the divine, or the afterlife. In Celtic and Norse mythology, for example, birds were seen as omens, with ravens and crows being particularly feared. Similarly, in ancient Rome, augurs, the priests who interpreted the will of the gods, studied the flight patterns of birds to predict future events. But why a bird flying into your house? This superstition likely stems from the belief that a bird entering your home is crossing the boundary between the outside world and your private sacred space. In folklore, this could symbolize a disruption or an unwanted message from the spirit world. In some traditions, it was believed that the bird might carry the soul of a deceased loved one. Or worse, it could be a harbinger of death. Now, let's talk about some real-life stories tied to this superstition. One famous example is the case of Abraham Lincoln. It's said that a few days before his assassination, a bird flew into his home, and his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, took it as a bad omen. Whether or not this story is true, it highlights how deeply ingrained this belief was in the 19th century. Even today, stories of birds flying into homes often go viral. In one case, a family in Scotland reported that a sparrow flew into their home just days before a series of unfortunate events, including a death in the family. While skeptics might call this coincidence, others see it as a chilling validation of the superstition. In another instance, a woman in India claimed that a pigeon entered her house shortly before she lost her job. She believed the bird carried a sign of misfortune. Stories like these keep the superstition alive in modern times. Did you know that different cultures associate different birds with this superstition? But it's not all gloom and doom. In some cultures, birds entering the home are seen as positive signs, while in China, magpies are seen as symbols of good fortune. Similarly, in some parts of Africa, an owl coming into your home is considered an ill omen, as owls are often linked to death in local folklore. For example, in Native American traditions, a bird entering the home can symbolize a spirit guide bringing wisdom or guidance. It all depends on the cultural lens through which you view the event. Now, let's take a step back from superstition and look at the scientific side of things. Why do birds fly into houses in the first place? The most common reason is simple: reflections. Birds often see their own reflection in glass windows or doors and mistake it for open space. This is particularly common during the day, when the sun creates glare on glass surfaces. Additionally, birds can become disoriented during migration or in the midst of bad weather. They may accidentally enter homes while seeking shelter or food. In urban areas, light pollution can confuse birds, leading them to fly into human spaces unintentionally. At the end of the day, whether you believe in superstitions or scientific explanations, the idea of a bird flying into your home is a reminder of the fascinating ways humans interpret the natural world. So, what do you think? Is it just a random accident, or could it mean something more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.